And the talk is on.
Hello guys, welcome back to our channel, JNS Talks. I'm Sho.
And I'm Joe.
And today we have three little very special guests. After a week of begging us, we have our babies. So guys, say hello. Hello
Welcome
world.
to our family.
Yes.
This is our family right here.
These are our three sons, our beautiful sons. 9 years old, 7 years old, and 4 years old. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, they've been begging us to be part of this.
Let's do it.
All right, hold on, let mommy talk, okay? Yeah, they've been seeing us, hearing us talk about it, you know, and they're just excited.
Extremely.
Yeah.
Extremely excited to be on the podcast.
Okay. All right. So they said they wanted to talk to the world. So guys, what do you want to talk to the world about?
All
right. Talk in the mic.
One, you have to be grateful. One, you have to show some good appreciation. Behave good, and be proud of your mom and dad.
Damn,
okay.
That was straight up.
Straight
and this
up.
This is not
and
rehearsed.
Fast. Yeah, I was kind of nervous. Like, okay.
All right, Brady.
Oh, that's sweet. Okay, Ray.
And if your mom and dad do good stuff, you have to behave. And keep
Okay.
Anything else?
What else?
No pressure, kid. No pressure.
That's it?
All
okay,
right.
cool. So that's what they wanted to give advice to the little kids about. Good behavior. Because, like we said on a previous podcast, we do stress good behavior.
Yeah, we
all
do.
the time.
And when you behave, what do you get?
Yep,
There you go. Yeah.
Yep. Rewards, treats. You know, and obviously it is effective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk to the mic right here. Say it again.
And if you're behaving and your mom and dad asks you, you could choose whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
This also depends on your behavior.
A puppy? No,
So-
we're not getting a puppy
So
yet.
you need to behave good. We have to get older.
Okay, guys, if you're gonna say something, you gotta talk in the mic, okay?
Okay.
Close to the mic.
Oh, you're close.
This depends on your behavior, so behave good.
Yeah.
There you go.
What?
All right. What?
All right. One more thing you guys wanted to say. What was it? What's your favorite thing about mom and dad?
That they show us love.
Oh.
Aw, yes.
Anything else from you? Oh, okay.
Okay,
Aiden?
Aiden, anything you want to say? In the mic.
Yeah. They cook the greatest food and the I think that's it.
Okay. So we show you guys love and we cook the greatest food. Okay.
All right, nice.
Thank you. You guys are adorable.
All right, guys,
Thank you
go
so
to your
much.
room.
All right.
Go this way.
Say bye.
Bye. Lisa.
Okay.
That was
Be
funny.
careful. Ready? Over your brothers.
It's another one.
So yeah.
Yeah, so
Those are our mini-me's.
there we go. So now everybody knows our family.
Yeah. That's cute.
Yeah, it was funny.
But
Yeah.
honestly, we did not record that. We didn't rehearse that.
Yeah, we didn't rehearse it. We didn't plan it out. And
Yeah.
our recordings, we don't like, oh yeah, cut.
Yeah,
Nah,
straight
it's
off the
just-
cuff.
We just hit record, say whatever. Yeah, you guys have noticed, it's not perfect.
Yeah.
And I believe no podcast should be perfect because at the end of the day, you want to show your genuine self.
Right. And we said that in the intro. This
Yeah.
is the real deal. You're going to hear and see the real side of our life.
Yeah, no
you know,
BS.
like the perfection. No one's life is perfect.
It's really not, and people try to portray that.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to do that.
The internet can be used for so many things, and people just use it as a way to show bullshit. I mean, I was trying to think of something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. More than half the time, it's bullshit.
It really is.
You're not gonna tell me you're the richest person. You're not gonna tell me you're the most happy, most perfect.
Yo, and social media, everybody has a perfect life. Yeah. Everybody has a perfect life. Yo, come on. If people was to really show their real side, yo, it'll be so much cooler. Like, yo, like, what's good?
People can have deep conversations, that deep vibe. You know, people could spread wisdom.
Yeah, real wisdom.
Which is our goal for this platform.
Ass wisdom.
We've been through so much stuff.
How can you say that? How can you talk to people? Oh yeah, how to come out of a rut if you haven't been through one, or at least you portray that you haven't been through it, or you portray that you're not broke.
Exactly.
Or you portray that you have all these things and all this, and you have a perfect little life. How can you? Right. If everybody thinks, oh, they already have a perfect life.
We're not all born with a silver spoon. Like, that's just the reality of it, and that's what people are portraying themselves to be.
Yeah, like we're two people. We're a family, actually. We're a family from the Bronx, from New York, living that New York life. Straight up.
We've been through a lot of stuff. Teen pregnancies.
Oh yeah.
Going to college, balancing kids, work life,
working,
going through that broke period, learning lessons.
Oh yeah.
Learning how to manage money. There was a point in time where, we had extra money. You know where we were going? Happy hour. When we should have been saving.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's
we're only 27. Well, I'm 27, you're 28. Right.
We're in our late 20s.
But we know a lot now.
Yeah, because we've been through all that, and it's not like we're trying to hide it. You know? Like, exactly. This is why we said in the beginning that we're going to be straight up.
Right.
And there's going to be stories that people are going to be like, oh, shit. I know those people went through that.
Yeah. And it's like we don't let all the hard times get down on us.
Oh, definitely not. We just learn from it.
Find the light at the end of the tunnel. So, yeah. So, that's a little backstory. But, what I wanted to say is...
the topic of the day.
Even if you don't notice, you're always an example for your kids. You may not think that they're listening to what you're saying. You may not think that they're looking at you when you're doing something. You may not think that they pick up on the vibe that you have that day. But they do. Kids are really like sponges. They absorb everything around them. And there's been times when I was doing something or saying something, and like a day or two later, one of the boys comes to me and is like, oh, mommy, remember that day so-and-so? And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, I didn't even think you would know that.
There you go. They're always listening. These kids are always listening. They're like a little fly on the wall, on the opposite side of your wall. If you think you're talking in a room, they're right there by the door and listening. Like,
and that right there, what you guys saw, what you guys heard, it was them. Like, we didn't go to them and be like, oh, mommy and daddy are thinking about doing a podcast. No, they
actually didn't want them here.
Yeah, you have mixed feelings about it.
Yeah.
You were more on the side like, no.
Just like, and at the end of the day, it's whatever. You guys want to come through? Okay, let's do it. And
yeah, for a little bit.
We just let them say whatever they wanted. So
yeah,
that was straight up their little heads right there.
No rehearsal, no nothing.
Yeah.
Didn't tell them what to say. They wanted to surprise us.
Obviously.
Yeah, I know, but they wanted to surprise us because all I knew was they wanted to say something nice and give kids some advice.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're little sponges, and they heard about that we're doing the podcast. They saw, we were taking time out, like, okay, while you guys play or while you guys stay with grandma, whatever the case may be, mommy and daddy are gonna be working on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there you go. And they wanted to be a part of it. And if your kids are so excited, like if they show you the excitement that our kids were showing us this past week,
yeah,
let them be involved. So for a little bit. I'm not saying they're gonna be a part of this podcast all the time. No, this is the Joe and Joe show. Like,
yeah, this is JNS talks.
Exactly.
Yeah, not JNS A, B, and C.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
literally,
I just didn't want them to feel left out.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't want them to think that what they talk about amongst themselves isn't worthy of being part of our project. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's also about building up their self-esteem and encouraging them.
And now that they know how a podcast is, I'm pretty sure that they're not going to ask to be in one.
No, they're a little nervous. I didn't think they were going to be nervous.
Yeah,
from how excited they were.
Because it's not easy at the end of the day. Like, it is easy, but it's not easy to get in front of a camera and in front of, like, a microphone where you know that is going to go out there.
Yeah, because I told them this is going to go out to the world. Millions of people can potentially see this.
It's just going to be up there.
Yeah.
But who knows, forever.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a little pressure.
So that was cool. I had my little proud mommy moment there.
Yeah. It was funny.
Yeah.
But growing up, listening to arguments is not a good thing for your kids.
Yeah, I know.
So the topic is basically, help me out here.
Yeah, so be an example for your kids. Be mindful of your kids at all times. And
be careful what you talk around your kids.
It doesn't always have to be your kids. No, just be mindful of kids altogether. Kids in general.
Like, be careful what you talk around kids.
Yeah.
Boom. Basically, that's what the point that we're
because they're learning from everything and everyone around them.
Yeah.
And this day and age, it's like people, I feel, are focused on the wrong things with their kids. So many people are focused on dressing their kids in designer, concerned about the drip that their kids have to go to school. What? Why? I would never understand that, because you're sending your kid to learn, not to compare themselves to others. Your kids shouldn't be comparing themselves at that age to others anyway.
And that's why I like the schools that have uniforms.
Yeah.
Like our kids, they go to a public school that has uniforms, and I think most schools now, they all have uniforms, and they should.
Right.
One, save money, and two, prevent that competition and like, oh yeah, I got better clothes than you. That's how low self-esteem, and then where kids want to compete and designer this and designer that and all this stuff, and they're too young for that bull crap.
They really are, and it's not even. They still manage to compare what sneaker this one has.
Yeah,
it's like
it gets like that.
It really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, designer does not matter.
Yeah, like for those parents that you guys are spending money on designer clothes that at the end of the day they can only wear for a couple months, a year maybe at most. You reevaluate where your money's going,
right? And we're not.
It's funny that it's mostly is people that are broke that are doing it.
Right. That's what I said before. People are living a lifestyle that their income does not support.
People live beyond their means. Like,
and it's like, and we're not judging. We're not, it's just you have to reevaluate yourself.
It's straight up.
Yeah.
Judging or not, you take it how you want to. If you know that you got a rent, a bill, a this to pay, why you spending money on designer clothes?
Right. If you're struggling to pay a bill,
you shouldn't be worrying about that.
Yeah.
You should be buying regular clothes that you could afford, and trust me, There's a lot of sales, especially nowadays with all these internet spots. There's some pretty cool ass clothes that, you know what? Who cares about the brand on something? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Like, for all people know, this could be a Versace shirt. You don't know.
Yeah, like who really cares? And I know there might be some people that listen to this and be like, "Oh, they're just saying that because they can't afford designer." No, we could. There are some weeks we could afford designer.
Go get your all your stuff.
We have a few things.
Yeah, like,
but we learned over time, design really doesn't matter.
It's like, I am not personally gonna buy a $300 shirt
for me to wear once.
I would buy a $500 belt that's gonna last me a whole bunch of years, because I do have $500 belts, and I wear them every single day, because I know if I buy an $80 belt, it's gonna mess up in 2-3 months. So I'm thinking about it. You know what? Let me get a high quality belt, so I can rock it every day for almost 5 years. I've been rocking that belt for what, 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
And it's just now starting to show its wear.
Right. Or like shoes. If you got if you have work shoes, you know,
shoes, they will last forever. You take care of them.
And especially if they're comfortable. It's hard to find comfortable work shoes.
It's just, if you mean dress shoes. Yeah. Dress shoes. Not work shoes. Dress shoes. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah. Especially if you're driving all day or doing whatever. Security, you're on your feet, you know, suits and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, if that type of stuff, you know, a bag that could last years, a decade or two, that's different. You know, you invest in it, because then you start thinking, buy a $200 bag, next thing you know, you got to replace it in 3 years. You buy a good quality bag if you can afford it. Yeah. Is gonna last you almost forever. Right.
So that's how you have to look at things, as an investment. Yeah. You're not really investing in a $200 shirt. Like,
yeah, that $200 shirt is gonna last me the same as the Old Navy shirt. Yeah. You know, like,
if you're rich and you have that extra money and you want to splurge, go right ahead. But at the same time, you also have to be mindful of what you're teaching your kids.
Yeah, because kids
emulate you. It all comes down to what your kids are learning.
Yeah, if they're learning that, oh yeah, all these material things go above everything else, then they're gonna be just like that. Yeah. And then next thing you know, you're gonna have a problem with yourself, because now your kid is only gonna want designer stuff.
Right. Exactly.
And you're gonna have to your lifestyle, their lifestyle, when they really don't need to. You know what? Let them make that decision when they're teenagers, and you teach them, like, hey, you know what? This is not worth it, but this is. I'm not trying to say dress your kid like a bum. Hell no. Our kids don't dress like bums. No. They dress stylish. You could dress, they could be stylish with
affordable clothes.
With regular clothes. Yeah. You don't gotta go to the boutique. You know what I mean?
You don't have to have exclusive shit. Like,
it just don't make sense.
So yeah, and then you're an example for your kids.
Yeah, and don't talk about all that drama either in front of your kids.
That's another thing. Don't talk about adult situations in front of or with your kids. I've heard of people talking about situations with their kids.
It's
like,
sad.
Oh, so and that, or so and so did this. Like, your kids really don't need to know that.
It's sad.
If it's not affecting their life, they don't need to know.
You just be hearing adults talking about all this stuff. Or
sometimes, like, when adults are talking and then a kid comes out of left field putting their 2 cents about the drama. Like, what?
Yeah, that's...
You're like
that's
8
ridiculous.
Or 9. What are you talking about?
Yeah, get over there. Get the hell out of here, kid. Yeah. You know, and there's a lot of parents that just let that slide, and that ain't cool.
Right. So, thankfully, everything that our kids have emulated from us has been positive. You know, I mean, here they when they have their bad days, I notice, like, oh shit, he has an attitude like mine. Like, you know, because we all live together. I've had bad days, you've had bad days. You know, not to say we take it out on our kids, no, but everyone catches an attitude once or twice, you know?
Yeah, but
and sometimes you see that in your kid.
You gotta just clarify. I definitely don't take my attitudes out on my kids.
No, I'm not saying that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Just clarify yourself.
Yeah.
Before people get it, you know, people tend to twist things.
Right. So anyway, yeah.
Yeah, if they see you having a bad attitude with your spouse.
Oh no, or like just in general, people have grumpy days.
Or whatever. Yeah, they're gonna see that, and that's why you gotta try to minimize what bad things your kids see about you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like at the end of the day, it's all you gotta lead by example. I know it sounds cliche and simple, but it's lead by example, and your kids by good example, not a shitty example.
Right.
You know, lead by a good example, and your kids will be fine.
I mean, that's common sense, but obviously some
you
people...
have to. Common sense is not common nowadays.
Yeah.
It's just not. I think not nowadays. It's never been.
No, but I feel like more now than ever. Especially
this generation is kind of funny.
This generation is too relaxed.
Yeah, too relaxed, too lazy. You know, they want their kids to grow up a little bit too fast. I feel some people like, oh yeah, and they're cursing in front of their kids.
Yeah.
And then the kids think that that's normal, so they start doing it in school, and that's how they get in trouble.
Right.
Then you look like an asshole because at the end of the day, the teachers know that, oh yeah, it's because you talk like that in your house.
Right. Like, but there's some kids that pick up.
Yeah, but
bad language.
But it all leads back to the home.
Habitual, then yes.
Yeah. You're not going to see a kid that learn. Obviously, our kids know all the bad words that they learn in school.
Mm-hmm.
But do they say it in school?
No, absolutely
Hell
not.
No.
We've never had
Hell
that.
No. Because we be like, oh, how the hell you know that? Obviously from school. Because they're in school and kids talk and all that stuff. They don't learn it from our house, you know? Mm-hmm. They know if they see a video and they'll be like, oh, bad word. You know? Yeah, but they don't say it. They don't dare say it.
Yeah.
Because they know it's a bad word. And it's not like if we were to raise them by saying, oh yeah, fuck this, fuck that.
They wouldn't even flinch when they hear a bad word.
Yeah, and they'll be just saying it, talking in school. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, fuck this shit. I'm not doing this. Yeah. And definitely that I've seen some kids that are like that. They're 9 and they're actually smaller, like 6. And they're like talking like they're freaking 20. You know, saying, oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. And shit and all this.
Just that they should not be saying.
Yeah. It's not like very inappropriate.
Kids now are so much different from when I was
It's a lot harder because there's so much exposure, you know. Kids kids go onto YouTube and stuff and they see a lot of like even cartoons saying curse words and stuff. So there's a lot of exposure that you need to, you know, you need to control.
Mm-hmm. And that exposure starts with the parenting.
It all leads back to the house.
Yeah.
It all leads back to the home.
Yeah. So that's a wrap. I mean.
Yeah, that was just real quick little lesson about kids.
Yeah, and that was an example of how kids emulate.
Yeah. All right. So, any thoughts? Closing notes?
No, I'm just happy the kids got to say what they wanted.
All right.
You know.
All right. So, as always, follow us, subscribe.
Yep.
All that good stuff. Email us if you have any questions.
If you're on social media, follow us on all social media platforms. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Everything.
Yeah, that's it.
Just everything. So anyways, as always, if you have a goal, stay on it.
Don't give up. Stay positive.
Yeah, and stay up. All right, guys.